Okay, never mind, guys. Here we go. What's up, guys? This is Mike Lewis. Gonna be casting game number 2. We got OSG on the Radiant now. Duza Gaming on the Dire. Duza Gaming absolutely rolling through their first game. Scarith Mage got a little bit too big. Their bottom lane, dual lane, killed the Doom off like 5 times, something like that. And well, when that happens, you're generally going to have a good game. Duza Gaming with access to a Lycan. I mean, it's not banned out. They're also on the Dire, but they instead burn through, you can see, all but 10 seconds of the reserve time and pick up a Treant. First of all, Treant's here that you could pick up later. Like, he's not going to be in the picked first unless you have a really niche strat, which I'm hoping for because I love those kind of things. But now, yeah, Oslik, they're going to say, oh, they didn't pick Lycan. Let's pick up Lycan. I mean, the reason why Lycan's still in the pool is because OSG Respect banned the Skywrath Legion kind of showed them how to use that hero. But, you know, like in the pool and you're Dire and you pass it up in favor of Treant. That's just weird to me, and there's not really many strategies that I could think of that are really heavily reliant on a Treant Protector to be picked up that early. I mean, Living Armor is great, and Leech is a useful tool. He hits pretty hard, but he's not exactly like the linchpin of a specific plan. I mean, OSG, I think, with their opening Earthshaker Lycan, they're looking to be already a lot better than the Duza side. Being able to stun people is certainly very useful, and Lycanthrope is Lycan. He is probably the most powerful hero in the game right now. Of course, it is all subjective, but, I mean, there's a reason why he's banned or picked almost every single game of Dota that's been played from the International to now and even before then. So OSG will have access to that Lycan. Of course, being on the Radiant means that going into the Roche Pit is a little bit more difficult, but still very possible if they get a little bit of aggression going on. Maybe you can even smoke up Lycan. Though Duza Gaming, I like this pick with the Venomancer. And first of all, it worked for them last game. Second of all, if they're on the Dire, they'll be able to drop Serpent Wards into the Roshan Pit whenever Venomancer walks by. That means that Lycan's going to have a very difficult time in actually securing a Roshan for himself that's a hidden Roshan. I mean, he'll be able to go in with his team, and, you know, if Duza Gaming can't contest that, then obviously it's a Roshan. But that's not really something that you could do, that Lycan needs to be there for. Venomancer will be able to keep tabs on that Lycan, very similar to as if Duza Gaming picked up a TA. Just having vision in that pit with random summons or traps or wards or whatever is going to be really useful for Duza. And I think with Venomancer there, it's more than enough. Now the second ban phase, Mirana, once again going to get a little bit of hate. Ancient Apparition also going to be seeing a ban out, whereas Oslik going to ban out some more of the heavy carrier types, pushing oriented heroes, Luna as well as the Death Prophet, both two heroes that benefit a lot from the fact they will have living armor on the field, and also they get pushes going. So Venomancer wants to be laned in a farm heavy role as a core Venomancer, get high level of Plague Wards, maybe get a quick mech up or something like that. Duza Gaming could have potentially gone for a little bit of pushing. And Oslik Gaming, they have an Earthshaker. Lycan, not the best at countering pushes. His Wolves can pull aggro for the first 3 levels, and then level 4 they get invisibility, which, no, level 3 is also invisible. I think they changed that recently. Did they? Level 3, yes, permanent invisibility. They definitely changed that recently. So level 3 Wolves, you can't really pull the aggro since the creeps lose aggro once the wolves go invisible, which is a little bit awkward. So Lycan not really the most useful in that, so Duza might be going for an aggressive push comp, but with a Venomancer Treant opening, there's really no way to say. This lineup of theirs isn't really revealing anything just yet. Oslik is a little bit more direct. I mean, obviously they're going to be getting Lycan farm. They could do something weird like lane him in the mid lane, but that's probably not going to happen. Silencer is going to be the pickup for Oslik, which is a hero that is always on the fringes. I feel like Silencer needs the right kind of environment in order to thrive, and, well, Silencer as a support I think is one of the worst ways to do it. He's not very impressive in my opinion. If you lane him as a carry, get Curse of the Silent Last Word, 1 point in glaives for value. Global Silence can and will be crippling, especially when you have a Lycan on the field, and Duza Gaming instantly responding to that with the Jakiro. Now, this signifies that Duza Gaming is going to be more in the pushing camp than not. Jakiro and Venomancer, 2 of the most pushing-oriented pseudo-support heroes that you could possibly ask for. And Venomancer, with this pickup, also is kind of going to signify that Venomancer is going to be played as a core, unless they want to do Treant Protector core, which I honestly haven't seen before. I haven't casted before. but should be pretty interesting if they do decide to do that. I'm hoping for it. Oslik Gaming, the Silencer, Earthshaker, they're bracing for a little bit more team fights, so at a certain point they will be able to fight, and I think it'll be a mistake for them not to pick up a Clockwork or some sort of initiation tool for themselves. First of all, the synergy between Clockwork Initiation and Global Silence is huge. That can and will win you games just by itself. But also, if they're going to be pushed, you kind of want to start the fight before the push gets to your front door. You know, shut them down when they're not quite ready, before they get a whole nest of Plague Wards set up. That's the best time to jump in, and Clockwork is one of the best jumping in. Nature's Prophet also wouldn't mind seeing him being picked up in this game. Kind of for the same reason, you could split push, keep him off balance, or just pick up a Pugna. A pseudo ban now from the OSG side, securing that Pugna so that Duza Gaming don't have it. Though I think for the mid lane, Duza Gaming are going to be completely fine because they could still pick up a DK. And Poison Dragon really is a great tool for pushing down towers. Get 2.5 dragons, guys. Yeah, the synergy is real. The synergy is real. There's still a whole lot of pushing heroes that Duza Gaming could pick up, but Pugna from the OSG side, once again, going to be securing their team fight presence. That Nether Ward is currently not too damaging. Overgrowth as well as Poison Nova does hurt quite a bit. With an Undying pickup, though, from Duza, they're looking to end this game really quickly. This game, if it lasts like 30+ minutes, unless Duza's last pick is a Spectre or a Naga Siren or something like that, this game is going to be decided very quickly. Osliki, they need to pick up a super defensive hero right now. Pugna, Lycan, going to be cores. I still wouldn't mind seeing Nature's Prophet, but I think he, at this point, might be a little bit too slow. Duza Gaming, they only have one stun in the ice path, and it's a little bit of a difficult one to land. I guess they have Overgrowth, but that you don't really count that ever as a stun. Duza Gaming, they're just going to look to apply pressure, get kills, and then win the game really quickly. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised to see something like an Axe from Duza Gaming. Clearly, they have a game plan, and clearly they're going to be super, super aggressive. Osliki are not going to get time to farm, and that does not bode well for Pugna. Lycan can function at level 6 pretty decently, though with Liquid Fire and all this like Tombstone and Soul Rip and Decay, Living Armor, all these things to mess with Lycan's game plan of press R, attack move, isn't going to mean that he's going to struggle just a little bit more. I think a Clockwork would still be a really good hero now. Be able to stop pushes, draw aggro, and also just start fights, which is what Osliki really want to do. Also, they need a solo lane hero, but it's going to be a Timbers instead. Lots of damage. A hero that, yeah, I could see it. It's fine. It doesn't exactly have the same initiation power as Clockwork, but he's more in the damage camp. And if you know you're going to be fighting early and often, Timbersaw is one of the best heroes you could possibly want on your team. Pure damage, sustained pure damage, is a valuable asset that Duza Gaming are going to have to compete with. And their heroes, well, they're on the fairly tanky side. Oh my lord, they are going deep into this comp. Warlock is their last pickup. Okay. Okay, guys. It's a mid lane Warlock, I think. I want to say it's a mid lane Warlock. It should be a mid lane Warlock, because the faster they get to level 6, the faster they could fight. Yeah, it's going to be a support tree. Let's go quickly look at the Duza side. We got Limbo playing the Undying, so he's going to be soloing a lane, as if last game was any indication. Iceberg will be heading mid lane. Warlock in the solo lane is actually legit, guys. Like, if you get a fast level 6, these golems, they hurt like hell. Maxwell's going to be playing the Tree and Protector. Legion's going to be playing the Jakiro. So those supports. And Captain Love going to buy wards. So he was playing the Venomancer last game. I think Legion was playing the Legion was the Skywrath. Limbo was the Wraith King, right? Was that it? I don't know, but either way, this game is gonna be a real quick one. OSG on the other hand, well, they have some tools to deal with this push. Timbersaw, if he gets an early kill or something, that could just brick wall the Duza lineup for the rest of the game. The Lycan is going to need a lot of time, as is the Pugna. Pugna maybe not as much. He has Blast at all times. He'll have Nether Ward as well. But he's not very tanky. If he gets caught with a Gale or an Ice Path or a Leech Seed or anything, this guy's just going to drop like a rock. He's got 1 base armor below 500 health, and Silencer is the exact same way. I think the strength growth for Silencer might be a little bit more. Yeah, it's a full 1 strength more than the Pugna. So OSG, their task is to weather this storm. If they could make it 15-20 minutes without getting completely demolished, then they should be able to take it late. If it gets to that late game stage, their Lycan will just pretty much automatically win the game for them. I mean, Warlock late game is pretty fearsome, but Lycan is a little bit more so. So let's take a look at how these lanes are shaping up. We got Judo heading up towards top as the Timbersaw going to be running into, at least for now, a dual lane as Jakiro picks up Boots first. This is a core Jakiro. I'm pretty sure they also swapped heroes at one point. They definitely have. Chomi is going to be playing the Lycan, and in the jungle, right now we might see a little bit of engagement, but Inquisitor is going to be playing the Pugna, farming up the bottom lane. Bigdom supporting as the Earthshaker. Obi-Wan is going to be on the Silencer. That helmet looks so out of place for whatever reason, I don't know why. But yeah, Limbo's on the Undying, with Captain Love supporting him as the Venomancer. Down in this bottom lane, again, if they catch a Gale, this could be a pretty good fight. Bignum is going to get the Fisher off. Limbo now going to pop Decay, I think. Just where is he going? Cast something, Limbo. For the love of God, he's stuck. He's trying to run away. He's going to panic eat so many tangos. The last word and the right clicks won't be enough. Just barely will survive. He's going to salve. Another Fisher canceling off the salve. Needs one more right click to get that kill, but it's not going to happen. Living Armor now. Finally coming through. Undying with so much indecision. It's like, do I run? Do I run or do I fight? Do I run or do I fight? I think if he just popped off Decay and then went to town on Inquisitor with Living Armor with Gale there, that could have easily been a kill going the other way, but instead he was like panicking in the corner. Like, that's classic I'm panicking moment right there. So he's going to lose his salve, going to lose like 3 tangos because he was constantly panicking in that entire time. And not a good start for the Undying. Not at all. Hilarious to watch, of course. Absolutely hilarious to watch. Captain Love's going to be going now 1v3 for a little bit while the Undying recovers back in base. He won't be able to get that much off of this lane, but meantime, top lane, Judo doesn't have any points just yet. Doesn't really know if he wants to get reactive armor or Timber Chain. But against this comp, is most likely going to be dealing with Liquid Fire Harassment as the biggest threat, which is pretty much what you want to have versus the Timbersaw. Hit don't hit often, but hit as hard as you can. Liquid Fire is going to ensure that, burning through 2 of his tangos already. So this top lane for Duza going definitely a lot better than the bottom lane as Limbo does return to this lane. Bignum, though, looking to make another fight happen. Has another fissure. Will fire it on the wrong side. Limbo will get hit with a blast, a couple of right clicks, but no kill potential going to happen there anytime soon. He had so much time to get a good fissure off also. What a shame. What a shame. And they're going to go now onto Inquisitor. As I said before, 1 Gale, and he might just be dead. He's getting Decrepify onto Limbo, but Limbo's just going to chase him down. 1 hit with another Decay. The Fissure once again on the wrong side. Decay and right clicks not going to be enough as Captain Love does drop beforehand. Obi-Wan with the right click going to secure that kill. Now Limbo trapped behind the Fissure. That was all part of the plan, I'm sure. Doesn't have another Decay. He has not much health. Right click from the Pugna. And that's going to be 2 kills on the bottom lane for OSG. Venomancer getting a little bit too ahead of himself, and meantime, mid lane, Lycan getting burned down pretty hard by Ice. That's level 2 Shadow Word. Doesn't do the most damage in the world, but it still can get you kills. Limbo as well as Captain Love going to continue to try to struggle up against this bottom lane. Now, ordinarily, I would say they would have this lane more or less evenly. I mean, obviously 2v3 not really ideal, but you got a Undying on your side. It's a decent hero to have when you're going to be going for a type of strategy like this. Now Judo getting Timber Chain away from this possible aggression. Liquid Fire is there as the lead sheet and beat down from Maxua. Jakiro going to fall back for whatever reason. Needs an Ice Path. They're going to not cast the Ice Path. Judo has another Timber Chain. Will land onto Maxua. This is going to be a kill for sure. Legion with a little bit of miscommunication. He's going to put a lot of damage onto Timbersaw, but 2 points of reactive armor will keep him alive. He also has a salve. So it's an early 3-0 lead for OSG, and well, this is a great way to make sure that they secure this game. If they keep taking these fights, if they keep winning these fights, then once Duza are looking to push down towers with Liquid Fire, with the Serpent Wards, with Warlock Golems, they won't be able to get much done because they're falling so very far behind at this point in time. I mean, EXP earned OSG only with a slight lead in both gold and experience, but they have such a huge hero comp disadvantage right now that this should be a lot more in favor of Duza, whereas right now it's obviously in favor of OSG. So if they hold even, if they keep that line at the 0 mark, then they will be good to go. Like, they'll be perfectly fine. Of course, the most dangerous thing has yet to come, and that is the Warlock ultimate. That can change fights if it does land a couple people, and OSG, the only tool they have to deal with that is the Silencer ultimate, which is pretty good, and also I guess Nether Ward, which Pugna at this point doesn't yet have. It does wreck Chaotic Offerings. I mean, that hurts when you're Warlock and you drop an offering and Nether Ward's on the field. They don't have that many answers for it aside from preemptive strike, as it were. But Duza, I feel like if they just had just one more hero, maybe on the bottom lane, Jakiro maybe have. I don't know, because there's no way for them to really win this lane against the Timbersaw. 2v1 and Timbersaw is still winning, so not really a great way to do this with the heroes that they have. Also, it's hard to beat Timbersaw ever. The race for the Invis Rune was stymied, and now Obi-Wan going to get a lot of free harassment on Captain Love. If there was a fissure here, or a disable, or anything, that could have easily been a kill. But Silencer, already with 4 intelligence stolen, doesn't sound like a lot, and honestly it's not. But the fact that he's going to be doing so much sustained damage, now Limbo going to drop the Tombstone, double fissure though on Captain Love, and he's going to get worked down. More intelligence stolen for Obi-Wan. Captain Love's going to be the first one to drop. Inquisitor going to get soul ripped. He will go down, and Limbo now will try to fight within the Tombstone. He will run out of mana, however, and try to chase down the Silencer, salving up in the meantime. Silencer will escape successfully. It's a 1-for-1 trade, ultimately leading to a 4-1 lead for OSG. Captain Love and Limbo gonna get something done in this bottom lane, which is they need to be getting kills or at least not dying on this bottom lane, but that's tall order, as it were. Chaotic Offering now up on the Warlock. Chomi not really having a great time in this lane. He's harassing with the Wolves, but Warlock is doubling, almost tripling his CS score. Reebok won't be able to contribute that much to his team. Level 3 Wolves are all well and good, but once the rock drops, Lycan is going to crumble pretty quickly until he gets Shapeshift, which he now does have, though without the mana to cast it. So Duza at this point in time, I think they just want to get a couple more levels up before they go for their push. Level 3 Liquid Fire brings down towers pretty quickly, also makes the pushes really safe. But level 3 Treant Protector doesn't really have that much, and well, he's going to come down to the bottom lane. Only level 2 Plague Wards on this Venomancer. So tower pushing going to be slow at the moment. And OSG, with the couple of kills that they've gotten themselves, equalizing the lanes a little bit, they are more than willing to fight now. I think if they didn't get these kills, they would be a little bit more afraid to fight in these upcoming fights. But since they actually got the kills, they're like, okay, we have a little bit of an edge. We have a level 5 Pugna. We should be able to fight and take a kill, or at the very least defend our tower. There's no Ring of Basilius here, is there? There is a Ring of Basilius, but it's not on. It's a little bit awkward. Inquisitor going to try to draw the aggro, take a lot of punishment in exchange. But only 3 heroes up down on this bottom lane. Duza can't really do anything right now. They need another hero, whether it's Warlock or Jakiro, or ideally both, to take down these towers. I don't know if the game plan is to just group up as 5 and go take down all the towers. It'll hurt them a lot in the experience. Obi-Wan, though, going to get caught out. Gale will hit, and Silencer's going to take a huge chunk of damage. Tombstone gets dropped, and Obi-Wan's going to get beaten down very, very easily. Maxwell in the back end, going to take a little bit of damage from the Pugna, but mostly just zoning out. Bignum going to throw a fissure, will land it onto Limbo. Sees him from attacking Inquisitor. Back to the Tombstone, they retreat as Maxwell gets a little bit more healing. The Blast, though, doing so much damage. That's a level 3 Blast. Captain Love and Limbo got to get themselves out of here. Another fissure up in 3, 2, 1. Another fissure will be thrown onto Captain Love. That's almost certainly a kill. Obi-Wan wants more. Going to look for the last word onto Undying, though we can't get the vision of him. Nighttime makes things a little bit difficult with the long cast time of last word. That's going to be 2 kills going the way of OSG. They lose the Silencer, but that's an acceptable loss. It's a support Silencer who's still getting a lot of intelligence this early on. This is almost as ideal as it could possibly get for the Silencer. The more you fight, the more you're going to get, the stronger you're going to get, not only levels and natural stat growth, but also stealing the enemy's intelligence. I mean, Undying with low int it does get to him pretty quickly. Venomancer, not as much, but still, he's losing int pretty quickly. He's died 3 times, all 3 times he's lost int. And Poison Nova it's a really expensive skill. I mean, already just with Venomous Gale, that'll almost deplete his entire mana pool. So Venomancer is going to be strapped for mana, especially if he keeps dying like this. Rotation down to the bot lane. Warlock wants in on this fight. Now the rock dropped. That could definitely change the tide of this game, but looks like Warlock for now. Yeah, they're gonna go for it. They have to go for it. If they keep the status quo, they're just not gonna take this in the late game. Legion on the top lane could start, using his liquid fire to do obnoxious stuff like that. Get one hit and bring it down like 100 HP, because that's fair. But no, Warlock, he teleports back. And Duza, they're looking to go in once again, perhaps. Everyone is spotted out, and Franker's pause. Obi-Wan and Bignum. Is there any way that this goes well for Duza? They're a little bit too far. There's no overgrowth yet on the Treant. He has 1 point in Leech Seed. He's going to block Bignum. Oh, if he blocks Obi-Wan, now that's a way that it could work. He's going to get the Leech Seed off, and the Tombstone gets dropped. Obi-Wan going to drop everything he has, but he's taking so much damage. Fissure now onto Captain Love. He will slowly burn down, but I think he will be fine. Now to Crepify onto Maxua. The Silencer will get blocked and denied. Well done by Bignum. Inquisitor getting hit with another decay. Maxwell really wants in. Holy crap, this guy wants in. He's getting hit with the blast, and suddenly he no longer wants in. TP coming back. It's going to be the Timbersaw. Fissure onto Maxwell. This guy is dead. Throwing off the Chakram. That's going to be 1 kill on the bottom lane. Iceberg has arrived, but he's a little bit indecisive. Timber Chain out from Judo. Has another Chakram and a Whirling Death. Captain Love should be going down here. He will. Warlock Golem gets dropped, but it can't really hit anyone. Just the stun is not really enough. Judo will get hit once, but a Fissure stopping everyone in their tracks. Another blast will fly. Limbo doesn't have that much mana. Has a Soul Rip. Will try to kill off Bignum. Not going to happen, though. They continue to keep pushing. Blast will kill off the Undying. There's so much greed here going on. Obi-Wan's back. This is a kill on the Iceberg as well. Unfortunately, a little bit too far away for the insteal. No, it won't be a kill. Oh, no, he will get the insteal. Okay. That is 10 intelligence, stolen by Silencer. Duza drops their rock. They get the top tier 1 tower because Jakiro is a really good pusher, and that's just what Jakiro does. But Lycan has been pushing all the while. Mid lane is going to get killed or denied, or one of the two. There you go, destroyed by Lycan, and he has his shapeshift up, looking pretty good in that form as well. It's a tower for the Lycan, it's a tower for the Jakiro. And a tower in the bottom lane actually was destroyed. Didn't catch who got... Oh, it must have been Dire. Yeah, I think Dire just took down that tower. Okay, so 2 towers down for Duzo. They lost 1 in exchange, but they take a really, really bad fight. So less than ideal, to say the least. Duzo, they can continue to try to butt their heads up against these towers. They need the Warlock Golem if they have a chance at winning this fight, however. Because at this point, Silencer is way too big. He has Global Silence. He has 10 in Stolen. Timbersaw is level 8. So this guy's going to run an absolute train in this area, though. This area to fight, not exactly the best for Timbersaw, especially when all these trees get destroyed by the Grave. Tombstone. Grave, Tombstone, they're synonyms. They'll bring down this tower. Obi-Wan's got to be a little bit careful, because if he gets caught with anything, then he will die. But the Ice Path and the Gale, a little bit too far away, so they're not going to throw it out. Mech from the Jakiro, keeping everyone alive. Do they want to keep going? If they're going to straight push down one tower, why not go for another? They're all going to go up towards top lane, where Pugna is going to show his pushing prowess. Is that another mech? Oh, no, it's on the other team. No mechs up on OSG just yet, though it will just be purchased. But Earthshaker with a 11-minute Blink Dagger. Holy jeez. All this fighting, all these assists, and the fact that he hasn't died once. This is just crippling for Duza. They can't fight into this Earthshaker anymore. Of course, they don't know that the Earthshaker has a Blink Dagger. Well, now they know that Earthshaker has a Blink Dagger. They should know if they've been paying attention. But the game plan for Duza is group up as 5 and push stuff. You can't push stuff when there's a Blink Dagger this early on Earthshaker. That is certainly not their plan. I mean, certainly they will have Overgrowth. They will have Warlock Golem eventually. But, like, it's a Blink Dagger on Earthshaker 12 minutes in. That is like 10-15 minutes earlier than what you usually see on Earthshakers, and now he sees a kill. He's going to jump in for an Echo Slam and a Fissure. So easy. Now imagine if there were like 2 or 3 other heroes there, they would all be dead too. And the problem's not going to get better, it's only going to get worse. As Earthshaker picks up, could pick up 2 more points in Aftershock. Oh, things are not looking good for Duza. I like the focused aggressive comp they've built up for themselves. It seems like a fun enough plan. But the way they executed was just not good enough. It just simply was not good enough. Now, Warlock, with Aghanims, with Refresher, maybe they'll be able to steal some team fights away, but Netherward is getting up there. This Pugna is now Necro booking. I don't mind that one bit. In fact, I really like that pickup from Inquisitor, especially if they go for the same item build on Lycan. Hell, even the Silencer could get in on that action. That would be A really great way of punishing Duza's "we're going to throw damage everywhere and hope something sticks" plan. Inquisitor will constantly ship down this tower. And really, Duza, this is where they lack initiation. Gale will land, though. Inquisitor in a little bit of trouble. Grave gets dropped. Global Silence as well. Fissure onto 2. No Blink Dagger. Echo Slam from Big Num. He's going to jump in, try to kill off this Tombstone. He will bring it down. It's onto 2. Inquisitor will save his Nether Ward for just a little while longer. Maxwell taking a little bit of damage. Blast on the Captain Love. Limbo in the back end, though. Somehow got to the back. Poison Nova will get dropped. Inquisitor will teleport out successfully. Obi-Wan. One more hit onto Captain Love. He will steal some int and try TP. Not going to make it happen. In the meantime, Lycan getting a solo kill on the Warlock. The ultimate got dropped as well. So a huge fight going in favor of OSG. Silencer dies, but he steals more intelligence, and they get a free kill, solo kill, up on top lane. Duza, they are honestly running out of time for this comp. Limbo's going to teleport up to the top lane, get some strength from Reebok, but that's not enough. Maxua seeking out Bignum. Leech Seed, I don't know if you want to be doing this, because Bignum could turn this around or just TP. That's good too. Ice Path will cancel. Dual Breath and Liquid Fire. Bignum going to get overgrown as well. Can't blink out of this. Captain Love will arrive as well. Bignum will go down away from the rest of his team. Inquisitor trying to... No, that was the enemy mech. Judo and Inquisitor a little bit too late to save their Earthshaker. It's a hero down, which, you know, it's Earthshaker. He already got his Blink Dagger. He's gone for a Soul Ring instead of Arcane Boots. I guess he just really wants to fight early and often, which was the plan from the get-go. And Chomi, he has Vlad's up. Not the fastest Vlad's power treads I've seen in the world, but still, considering how poorly his lanes went, the fact that he's gotten a solo kill at all, and now he can go for a book pretty easily, means that the pushing will go the other way. Dire Fortification, but another blast will kill his tower off. It'll be almost impossible to stop this. Boom, and whoever's coming in's got to watch out. Iceberg does not have his ultimate. Judo's going to unleash all hell, and Iceberg will get dropped so very low. Decrep plus the Nether Ward activation. Judo's going to jump right in for a lot of damage on Iceberg. Will he be able to kill him off as a Whirling Death and a Timber Chain? Iceberg most certainly will go down here. No, Judo just barely short of the damage. And now Ice Path onto Judo. Where's the rest of his team? Everyone else is so far away. Judo's going to try to cut his way out of there. Needs another Timber Chain out. Mech up. Will keep him alive for just a little while longer. Global Silence now. They're going to try to turn things around. But the rest of his team zoned out purely by this Tombstone. Only level 3. And they just got to get out. But Timber saw... Was he Shadow Word the entire time? Bignum going to get a Fissure onto Limbo. They're going to try to focus down this Undying. They will be successful in doing so. I didn't see a Shadow Word. Was that Fatal Bonds? Sorry guys, I just saw Timbersaw leaving. I assumed that he was fine. Apparently he had Fatal Bonds and or Shadow Word on him. 14-6 now, OSG. Well, they take an even trade. Again, Obi-Wan stealing even more intelligence. 14 stolen 16 minutes into the game is absolutely absurd. Like, this guy is hitting hard. 84 plus, you know, Glaze of Wisdom, which is only going to get stronger. Necrobook level 1 being picked up from Lycan. Necrobook should be up shortly for the Pugna. Yeah, only 200 away from that. You can start looking for a couple more towers. And OSG, after they get through the initial, we are just going to pick up all early game heroes phase from Duza, they themselves have some pretty good push. Especially with the Earthshaker covering their pushes now with the Blink Echo Slam. They have Blast, they have Lycan, and they have the Howl Wolves, Vlad's Aura. All this is some pretty good pushing, and just with the Pugna alone, they'll have some pretty good pushing. They're going to go for it now. Vanguard being picked up from the Timbersaw. That was definitely a mistake. Got to disassemble that. Disassemble, break it quick, because there's a fight going on. Maxima is going to get a 2-man Overgrowth. Is there any follow-up? 2-man Ice Path, but there's not much damage going to these heroes. Echo Slam for Bignum, plus a 4-man Fissure. That's going to be 2 down instantly. Limbo's going to go down shortly after. 4 down for the Duza side. Inquisitor cleans up, and Limbo taps out. OSG, they defend against the early game from Duza. They defend so easily, and they take the game almost just as easily as they lost game 1. They're going to take it and tie up the series 1-1. This is a best of 2, so that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, well then be sure to follow me on Twitch, or follow the Twitch stream. It's twitch.tv/Mike Loris. Twitter is the same exact thing, Mike Loris. And all the VODs will be up shortly after, so I don't know if there's going to be